From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. The union representing Canada Post workers is set to give an update this morning on negotiations with the Crown Corporation.
The Canadian Union of Postal Workers says it will hold a press conference at 10 a.m. Eastern to answer questions and address what it calls misinformation about the bargaining process, which has now dragged on for more than a year and a half. Late last month, the union responded to Canada Post's latest offer with a proposal that called for higher wages but made some allowances for part-time workers. The Postal Service has yet to respond formally to those proposals, but has asked the union to align its expectations with Canada Post's dire financial realities. Naira Ahmed, The Canadian Press.
Premier Danielle Smith was greeted by a mostly supportive and interested crowd in Lethbridge during the 7th stop of her Alberta Next tour. While the province's independence wasn't widely discussed in this town hall, the crowd enjoyed a few occasions when audience members spoke in support of severing ties with Canada.
Albertans have ridden this roller coaster for way too long. We want off. The only effective option left is a fair referendum on Alberta independence.
The panel's town halls are aimed at addressing grievances that Smith says are allowing separatist sentiments to fester, and the results are to inform which questions would be put to a referendum next year. Canada's Ministers of Finance and Procurement are asking senior officials to plan to review all existing and planned federal contracts to find ways to save money.
It's the latest cost savings directive from the federal cabinet as Prime Minister Mark Carney looks to cut government operating spending by 15% over the next 3 years. Officials of Public Services and Recruitment, as well as the Treasury Board and Shared Services Canada, have 45 days to come up with the plan, which must include prioritizing commercially available solutions by Canadian vendors. The plan also must include a method to engage with provinces and territories to pool their buying power on major recruitment contracts. David Bowles, The Canadian Press.
More than 7,000 leads and tips have come into investigators looking for the shooter that killed conservative activist Charlie Kirk on Wednesday. They've released new and enhanced photos of a person in a dark hat wearing sunglasses and a long-sleeved black shirt with a backpack on their shoulders. The hope is that public support will continue and the suspect can be identified. Officials are now offering a $100,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. And finally, it is day 2 on the picket lines for Ontario college support staff. The job action coming a day after 10,000 full-time college support staff failed to reach a new contract deal before a midnight strike deadline. Represented by the Ontario Public Service Employees Union, the strikers are seeking better wages, benefits, and job security. The College Employer Council has stated that the union's demands would expose colleges to more than $900 million in additional costs, although the union disputes that figure. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Kevin Gausman pitched a complete game shutout in what can arguably be described as his best start of the season. The Toronto Blue Jays blanking the Houston Astros 6-zip. Gausman striking out 9, allowing just 2 hits in the 4th complete game of his career. Elsewhere in the MLB, Aaron Judge hit his 361st career home run, tying Hall of Fame outfielder Joe DiMaggio for 4th place in New York Yankees history. Judge and the team also enjoying a 9-3 win over the Detroit Tigers. Over to the NHL now, where the league says 5 players acquitted of sexual assault charges stemming from an incident back in 2018 will be eligible to sign a contract starting October 15th and play by December 1st. The league announcing the decision a little more than a month after a judge in London, Ontario, found them not guilty. And finally, Canada's Mackenzie Hughes is the clubhouse leader after the first round of the PGA Tour's Procore Championship in Napa, California. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.